now know a limited knowledge, a Eurocentric knowledge that distorts, that makes less of the crimes of the Europeans, less of the accomplishments of our people, less of our ownership of this continent. Some know of Wounded Knee, where 300 more or less were killed, and Sand Creek, where another 300 more or less were killed. But we all need to know of Tenochtitlan, where 10,000 warriors in unarmed rituals were killed at the hands of dishonorable Europeans. Cajamarca, where 7,000 unarmed warriors were killed at the savage hands of cowardly Europeans. Tlaxcala, where 6,000 unarmed warriors were killed with the pretense of peace at the hands of immoral, unethical, savage Europeans. I am still learning every day of crimes committed against my people. I am still learning of accomplishments that we made, of archaeological sites discovered, of our art that has been found. I now know of our great cities, Tenochtitlan, Tlaxcala, and Cholula, all of which were larger than any city in Europe. I now know we ran an education system in Tenochtitlan that had the first free and mandatory schools for everyone, male and female. And we think our people don't like education. We were a people of science, of hard work, of genius, of discipline. We had superior knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, the calendar, medicine, surgery, anatomy, pharmacology, botany, and a theology that was a science, that was a pure love of our Creator. All of these accomplishments we did in form superior to anything the Europeans had in 1492. Yes, we had cities larger than those of Europe, and our cities were cleaner than those of the cities of Europe, with universities, hospitals, public restrooms, and a marketplace larger than any found in Europe in 1492. Unlike what we have been taught, the majority of our population on this continent was urban, living in large cities, large towns, and located mostly in the south of this continent. The small minority of our people were tribal and located mostly in the north. But we were one people. We are one people. One nation, one race, united by culture, by languages, by our collective history, and by our collective ownership of this land, of this continent.
We're the Machika movement. We're an indigenous rights educational organization for people of Mexican, Central American, Native American, First Nation, and all Nicanflaca indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. And what we want to share with you is something that we hope will give you pride, meaning this pilgrimage that will be into the heart of Anahuac, beginning in what is called Jalisco or Xalisco, and going into the area of Yucatan and into Chiapas and everywhere in between. And with this video, we want to give you an introduction to the beauty of our heritage. We want to give you an introduction to something that we hope will change your life.
Our goal in our operation is to educate the world, our people, on our history, on who we once were prior to the European invasion, what we accomplished prior to the European invasion, and the genocide that was initiated by the Europeans as they invaded and trespassed onto our continent. So that's what we do, because that's what we see that's the most important part in all this, is the education element. And fortunately, in these past 20 years, an abundance of information has been generated, has been investigated and put forth, written into books that share with us of who we once were. We got to have access to this information, and we got to give it its proper importance. So that's where where we see ourselves at the moment spearheading, and that is the dissemination of our history, sharing people the books that are out there that document the accomplishments of our ancestors, and the other books that document the genocide, the torture, the rape. So this is what we do at our lectures: introduce these books and get into dialogues of what we've discussed on what these books have to share with us. So that's what we do at our lectures. And protest. These past 2 years, we've been out there protesting against the white supremacists who have had the audacity to call our people foreigners, criminals within the boundaries of what is now called the U.S. And our response to that is, we're not the illegals. They are the illegals. They belong in Europe. We would be illegals if we would be in Europe or in Africa or in China. But we as indigenous people, as Mexican, Central American descent people, we have the right to travel, to migrate within our continent, as well as our Native American and First Nations people do. And we've been taking this message to these protests, and as well as the marches that have been going on, these very historical marches that started off about approximately 2 years ago on March 25th and was followed by the boycott of May 1st. We were present there with these messages, and it felt good to be able to share this message with our people, and the little media attention that we got, and which meant that a broader audience got to receive this message. That's what we do at the protests. And now only we'll now go on to explaining like what we've done when we've initiated boycotts against the traders.
Well, the traders are the people who promote this Hispanic Latino agenda. The traders are the people who figure out how to destroy our people by promoting the gangs or the violence in our community, or promoting materialism, or even promoting New Age, promoting cult, promoting all these pendejadas that are out there in our community. They need to know about their past. That's why we're taking you into this pilgrimage into the heart of Anahuac, to understand how beautiful our past is, not just to the eye, but to the intellect, to the heart, to the soul of who we are as a people. So here we are in front of this sacred site where we finish, actually, our pilgrimage into the heart of Anahuac. And we'd like you to see the videos that follow after this so you can see the beginning of our pilgrimage into the heart of Anahuac. We're planting seeds through the internet, since that's kind of the new communication tool for the world. That's where this is being disseminated. So this is the classroom. This is the inspiration for you. This is the guidance for you. This is something that we hope will get you to see things that you were not able to see before. If it means you just concentrate on your family, that's a good start. But from there, try to work on some people in the neighborhood. Share the materials with them. Share the ideas that you've picked up. Maybe they don't want to read the website. Maybe they don't want to read the books. Show them some videos. Okay, invite them over to your house for a party. A party of knowledge to discuss identity, why we're not Hispanic or Latino, to discuss the basic heritage of our people, going back to the Olmecs and talking about the Mayas and talking about the Machika and talking about Teotihuacan, and then talking about the genocide that killed 95% of our people and how we're 5% that have survived. Take some actions, intelligent actions, like being part of the work that we're doing here with Machika movement. Meaning, okay, at least go to the website, read the material there. If you have a little bit more courage, come and join the work that we're doing. It's a lot of work. And if you're nowhere able to be able to do the work with us, pass out the information to your friends, your family. Share that knowledge.